Well, run us through the sense you're making of the market activity we're seeing at the moment, where markets just seem to be in free fall, and yesterday tempering back a bit.
Oh, hello, Alishia. Thanks for having me. Yeah, you could say that there's actually been a slowdown in the market over the last couple of weeks. Because if you look at the market since banks are releasing their earnings, the market appreciated by about 4.5% up until last week, where we now start seeing a decline. And in my view, I would say it's partly attributed to profit taking. A few investors that have seen some capital gains are taking profit on that front. And as well, like you had earlier mentioned, passive activity by a few investors, because the reality is that we are still expecting a few near-term catalysts that we feel would really push the market beyond the current level. Obviously, we've seen some improvement in terms of what we had expected. We expected strong earnings with banks. We had seen that there's actually been significant improvement from where they were in first quarter of this year, and also compared to where they closed at the end of the year. And also we saw changes in the NSE. There's been a change in the management of the NSE. We expected that as well to improve investor confidence in the market. And we feel the main trigger really would be announcements of M&A with the currently affected banks. And we think that won't happen now. We feel it will happen hopefully before the end of the year. In our view, we feel that would be the major boost. Because
well, ahead of the break, Muyiwa, we really got some perspective on the state of the banking sector. What's your view in terms of the valuations that we're seeing at the moment, where the market, yes, is anticipating a whole lot of merger and acquisition activity, and that expected to be the trigger, but should they be using these current opportunities as buying opportunity?
In my view, I'd expect investors to see this as a buying opportunity, because the reality is that if M&A starts happening, obviously the landscape will change, and then we'd see investors start scrambling for especially the stronger banks. And in that point in time, it's possible that the market would have moved from where a number of investors were expecting to invest in. So in my view, we believe that this is a very good time to buy, because a number of stocks are still trading at discounts based on PEs and even price to book values to their average and also our fair value expectations. So in our view, we believe that this is actually a very good time to buy, especially the banks that pass the CBN audit. And we feel a bank like Skye Bank, Access Bank, GT Bank have good buys right now. We feel that they are trading at significant discounts. First Bank as well is also trading at a significant discount. Its full half-year results show strong performance and shows that the company is still in line with our full expectation. And we feel that this is actually a very good time to come into this sector as well.
Well, of course, First Bank has always been sitting as a firm favorite, that along with Guaranteed Trust Bank in the sector. You mentioned Access Bank as well. This is one of the banks that we're still waiting for to release Q2 numbers. What are some of the expectations there that the market is starting to price in?
In our view, we would expect Access Bank to still be in line with Q1 performance. Q1 performance was significantly much better than how the company closed at the end of the year. PAT was slightly over 4 billion, and we feel that the trend will continue. We expect half-year PAT to be about 8 billion, and our full-year expectation for the company is about 16 billion, even though the ROE will be about 10%, which is really at the sector average for this year, but we expect that should increase going forward. And in terms of price to book as well, it's trading at 0.9 times its NAV, which is still higher than the sector average of 1.06 at this point in time. So we feel it's still a good buy. In terms of our price target for the company is it's 12 Naira, and it's still trading at a discount to that. So we feel Access Bank is still a very good bank to go into at this point in time.
On that note, let's leave it there. Muyiwa Oni, banking analyst over at Stanbic IBTC Bank. Thanks so much for your time this morning. Of course,